opportunities, scholarships, career opportunities, all of these great prizes. Go to MSG.com/GDFNYK to participate. Great to have you with us. Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, Wally Zerberg from our Delta MSG studios. So the Knicks defense, we talked about it in the pregame show. #1 defense in the league over the last 18 games. And again, they hold the opposition under 100. And as I mentioned off the top, Toronto scored only 2 points in the final 5 minutes, only 13 points the entire fourth quarter.
And only 37 in the second half. And for the Knicks over now, it's a 19-game run here where they've won 15 of the 19 games. And over the 19, 10 times in the 19 games, they've held their opponent under 100 points. And then they had one where they held an opponent to 100. So 11 times 100 or fewer. This has really been about the defense. Every time Toronto pushed, the Knicks had an answer, and the answer usually started on the defensive end, Wally.
It's all about that defense, and that's what wins in the playoffs. We know this team is ultra skilled at every position. They can score and turn that on whenever they need to and whenever they want. The concerns for this team halfway through the season were defensively not meeting their potential. They have completely been meeting their potential, and they've been locking down teams when they need to. And it is so good to see at the end of games, teams want no part of a set defense when they are motivated to get stops and win basketball games. And the Knicks just dominated that fourth quarter. This is a good Raptors team. I mean, they're right there in the standings, couple games behind the Knicks, you know, fighting for maybe the 4 seed, 5 seed, somewhere around there. And the Knicks just put more room behind them. 4 in a row now, 4-0 against the Raptors, have one more meeting against them at the end of the season. So continuing domination against their rivals.
Guys, the Raptors came into this game 35-25.
Yeah.
They won only 30 games all of last year.
They struggle against the good teams. The top 10 teams in the league, they do struggle against. So they've really done a good job beating teams they're supposed to beat, but they have had this issue there with playing against some good teams. They blew a 15-point lead to the Spurs a couple of games ago. And so for them, that's what they've got to learn how to do as a young team, is how to finish games. But this was one where the Knicks felt like they had control of this game once they got the lead early on.
And in the fourth quarter, Wally, the Knicks outscored the Raptors 24-13. That was a difference down the stretch.
That's what the better team does. When it comes to, okay, who wants to win the game, most NBA games are going to be kind of back and forth through 3 quarters. You know, the other team's going to be within striking distance. R.J. Barrett hits that bucket there. And this was a really tough one that cut the lead to 4. And Quickly's pointing at the ref like they can't get a call.
What a cut.
That was a huge play. We're going to see that on Wally Wall, and we're going to see why Karl Anthony Towns allowed that play to happen because of his shooting ability. That 3 made it a 7-point game. When he hit that shot, you know I said it, guys, that was a big one. And then the Knicks continue to lock down on defense. Towns hits that nice little floater fadeaway. Look at this relentless D. Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter. Getting the steal, leading to the easy baskets. That's demoralizing in the fourth quarter when you turn the ball over and it leads to an easy basket on your end of the floor, on your home floor. Just demoralizing to give up those easy points in the fourth, and the Knicks took advantage of them big time.
Jalen Brunson had a 26-point night, 10 of which came in the fourth quarter. As we take a look now at our thrilling moment brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. Brunson again coming through with the game on the line.
He came back into the game, and of course, it's always winning time, and it's Jalen Brunson time. He gets a couple of buckets, and the biggest one, of course, of all was one that he hit in the corner that opened up what was, I believe it was a 4-point lead or a 5-point lead, and it kind of gave you all the room you needed. But these are tough shots, some against bigger opponents. Here's the one I'm talking about. This shot right here was the big bucket. He knocks that one down, and it's all of a sudden a 7-point game. And then it's really what he does. But what I love about his stat line, well, we saw the steal earlier, right? But he also had his 7th double-double of the season. So along with 26 points, he got 10 assists. So he was a big part of running this offense and getting the buckets that we needed to be gotten. But when they needed one to really stem the tide, he made that corner 3.
Yeah, he makes the big baskets in the fourth quarter. You can see there was one time where Bridges had the ball on the left wing. Brunson came over to set a screen. Bridges quickly got it to Brunson, which was smart. But then the Knicks moved the ball around, got it back to JB, and he hit the big shot to extend the lead to 7, like you said. And that type of breathing room, with the way the Knicks play defense, when you're up 7 with 3 minutes to go, just defend the 3-point line. I mean, we talk about it's a possession game at that point. Make the other team take tough twos, run them off the 3-point line, and the Knicks continued to just get great stops, and that led to a runaway win.
Yeah, the Raptors not a great 3-point shooting team, 8 for 28. So once you get yourself under 2 minutes and it's like a 5 to 7 point game, just take away their threes, and you know you got this one locked up.
And guys, how about tonight? Karl Anthony Towns got 17 shots up. Brunson, 22 shots attempted. Towns next with 17, hit 10 of them, 21-13.
21-13, 42nd double-double.
Really good game for him.
And he was passing the ball early in the game. He ended up with 6 assists in this game, but he was really moving the ball around early on. And the Raptors don't have a lot of size. They're going to throw different people at him on the post. And I thought he was pretty patient with his offense. That's great verticality defense there from Towns. And we don't get enough of this, I don't think, Wally. Two-man game between your two all-stars. Love to see more of that. And you were talking about his passing early in the game.
He had 6 assists tonight.
Yes.
He's a really good passer. I mean, he can see the floor. That was a big three, just catching Pirtle with his hands down, and that's demoralizing for a guy like Pirtle.
How about him
wants to be around the basket,
right?
And then Karl Anthony Towns playing the passing lanes. Not only Mikal Bridges can get these steals for these pick sixes, Towns just a big night north of the border. He's always played really well against the Raptors.
Yes.
Loves this matchup. And it's tough to continue to beat a good team. Like they beat them 4 times already. And it's been handily the way the Knicks own the Raptors. That's very impressive, the way they continue to dominate them.
So this is the first of a back-to-back. We saw Mitchell Robinson play tonight, 10 rebounds. We know he hasn't played in the second of back-to-backs all year long. And tomorrow night, OKC comes to town. And Mike Brown said pregame they felt this was really important because it's a conference game, and tomorrow night maybe more.
I agree. Like, I agree.
Yeah.
I understand, like, fans will say, well, it's OKC. It's like the #1 team in the West. Don't you want to have your best against their best? Why? What does it matter?
Counts the same in the standings.
You want the Raptors to stay behind you. You want to keep them behind you. You don't want any issues. You want to climb in the East standings and worry about the East. That's why you focus on this game.
Totally.
You know, it's a Western Conference game. Of course you'd love to beat the Thunder. You're going to be home.
Yeah.
So you should have that advantage. They're playing the second game back-to-back. It was the right decision to play him tonight.
Couldn't agree more.
Mitchell Robinson was dominant. In fact, the Knicks outboarded Toronto 44-28. That was a key number in the game. Monica McNutt helped call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. Monica, I don't know if you saw, we all know you went to Georgetown, final across the street. St. John's 72, Georgetown 69. I'm sorry
Your
to
thoughts,
report.
Monica?
It was close, though.
Actually, first, after I had to shake off the attitude that I have with Pito, because I have a beef with you from the pregame and I have a beef with you now, the score actually
wait,
is
what's
encouraging.
wrong? What's the problem?
Pito, every time we do a pregame show, you always greet me. You give me a chance to get one little line in. Today, you didn't even let me talk about Gardner Dreams. You just jump right into basketball. You're the kind of person that texts people that you need something, but don't say hi. Shame on you, Pito.
You know, I want to get an invite to a Monica McNutt event just once.
That's not how to do it.
And if I get an invite just once, then things will change around, okay?
This is a give and take, baby. I don't know if you're not moving in the right directions.
All right. Now's your chance to talk about Gardner Dreams. Go ahead.
Okay. No, all kidding aside, Gardner Dreams is so great. I've met so many great young people. They have the talent show. They got the Knicks City Night, like all the things that they put on. There's so much thought that goes into that, and those young people and those families are so special and so grateful. It's been really cool for me to be invited consistently to events as we celebrate that organization.
All right, what do you think about the win tonight?
Okay, all right, so let's break it all the way down, y'all. It was kind of boring, but I'm not mad at boring because it's so loud in this arena that during the course of the game, until that push in the fourth quarter, it was like quiet in here, like quiet, reverent. I'm not sure if these fans believe that the Raptors were actually going to make a push or not. And when they did bring it to a single possession ball game, I loved the way the Knicks responded because I think there's an understanding that you can be poised and it doesn't have to be frenetic in terms of the energy. The dunk by Mikal Bridges and then the three-point shot by Jalen Brunson when Mike Brown substitutes him back in the fourth quarter was so sound. But the thing I really enjoyed tonight, we talked to Karl Anthony Towns for our post-game interview, and he actually said, y'all, as a group, they're starting to grasp that it's not the offense necessarily that opens things up. It's when they really hang their hat and take pride on the defensive end that gets everybody into the right energy to be participants in the ball game. And when you look at this box score, yes, the numbers are great, but I love the 32 assists. I love how guys were rebounding late. I just love the contributions up and down, and holding another team under 100 points is really, really good stuff.
I'll tell you what, and you talk about defense. How about Josh Hart's effort all across the board?
Yes.
He has 5 stocks in this game. I think it's 3 steals and 2 blocks, Mon. And him on Ingram. Ingram was cooking, and it looked like Hart kind of took it upon himself to slow him down late in the first half. And really, Brandon Ingram didn't have much at all in the second half.
16 points in that first quarter, and that was mostly No, well, he's 16 in the first quarter, and then he spread out the next 15 or so, right? But I just thought there were so many moments where this team rose to the occasion, and you can see them growing still, which I think is a great thing to see at this point in the season.
That building, I did a couple games up there, it goes silent because the fans, they know the Knicks are going to win. That's kind of the vibe in the building. The Knicks had already beaten the Raptors twice up there. This was the third victory in Toronto. And I think it got quiet in that fourth quarter because the fans were thinking to themselves, when's that run coming where the Knicks just put us in their rearview mirror? They just have such confidence playing up there in Toronto and such confidence playing against this team.
All right, Monica, go ahead.
Real quick, though, it was just interesting, Wally, because you're right. That's how it felt. But pregame, I thought it was worth noting that these guys played on Saturday. They had a day of practice. Rajakovic is probably one of the more jubilant coaches at a presser, but he was really excited about the practice they had and how they haven't really beaten top teams in the standings. So I was kind of surprised, and I think you saw early with those timeouts that he was calling quickly, trying to get his team focused. But ultimately, the Knicks prevailed. It's a good win for them.
Monica, you got the passport?
I do have the passport. I almost walked out of my house without it. That would have been a problem. I did not.
Okay. Have a great trip back. We'll see you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow.
All right. When we come back, we have Mike Brown's post-game comments. His Knicks now 40-22 as they win in Toronto.